Hello, folks. You are watching and listening to Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media. All of our channels and networks. We're so glad you're here. I'm Mike Morales of Southern California. That gentleman out there is
Bryce Taylor, Austin, Texas.
And Bryce, as you may or may not know, and if you don't know, you get out from under your rocks. This gentleman is the Austin Tequila Connoisseur. So you've probably read some of his reviews on Tequila Aficionado magazine, but he is also does a lot of his own reviews on his own and is well versed. I don't even know what the hell he's doing with us, but what the hell, you know, we thought we'd take advantage of him. And tonight we are tasting and dissecting Don Rico, which I don't know how my bottle got only half. I don't know what happened in my bottle. But Don Rico is a brand new tequila right now. It's available in Texas. I understand. Hopefully, we're keeping our fingers crossed that we can get them in Southern California. Okay, and I'm hoping that happens. I don't know, maybe springtime, because California guys, we need to get this tequila. I had this one delivered to me. These three expressions by the son of Don Rico. His name is Rick Olivo, and his son, his name is Christian. And Christian's a working actor in LA. So what a talented family, Bryce. It's like the whole Olivo family, the whole damn family is like, Rick Olivo is a lawyer, a trademark lawyer, and a judge, apparently. You've had, for those of you who may not know, Bryce's day job is he's in law enforcement. He won't tell me what department, and that's okay. I don't need to know. But you have had some run-ins with, I mean, you've had some dealings with him.
Yeah, we both live in Austin, so yeah, we've met. But yeah, and their daughter she did the label.
Yeah, what do you think, Bryce? Should we nominate for brand of promise and packaging?
I think so.
I think so too. I think we'll go there. We're just going to go brand of promise, nominee, and packaging because it's very clever. If you look at that folks is like a drone shot or a bird's eye view of looking into an agave. Yeah, and it's on the cap as well. This is a light aluminum cap in a copper color with a synthetic cork. So now you know what that. If you're worried about corkage and leakage and all that stuff, great bubbles on this though, man.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pour mine in a Glencairn because I'm all out of jarritos.
Yeah, I went with the high proof jarrito just to get the larger surface space here for an añejo.
Okay. I thought I would go with the technically, well, maybe not technically, but there are times when I prefer, depending on the color of the añejo, sometimes I prefer to have a Glencairn when I go that route. And look at that, Bryce. Look at the color on that thing.
Yeah, it's a good copper, deep copper.
It's almost brassy. It's almost got like red highlights.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
It's lovely to look at. Look at the legs and tears on that.
Yeah, and just like it built from the Blanco to the Reposado, the añejo is even better.
Is it the same kind of barrels? Do you know, Bryce?
Yeah, so they start off with the 3-month aging in the bourbon barrels, like the Reposado, but then they move that in 10 months of French oak Cabernet.
Oh, so this is a double barrel?
It's double barrel.
I knew nothing about this brand because I didn't get any information, and I did get a chance to speak to. It was funny. Christian came by to drop off these bottles to me while he was headed to San Diego. We had a great conversation on my lawn for like 45 minutes. You know, he was a great kid.
Dude. Yeah.
But you know, I didn't get a chance to talk to him about the brand itself because I wanted to wait off on that when I did the review with you or when we have open bar with Rick Olivo. I'm gonna, as soon as we get done with this, I'm gonna contact him and schedule him for somewhere in February.
Yeah.
This is January when we're filming this, by the way, or taping it or recording it. Whatever the nomenclature is these days, what the kids are saying, doing it.
I mean, that's really unique because not only is it French oak, but it's French oak, you know, ex-Cabernet French oak.
Oh, no kidding. So this is held wine.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why it explains the brassiness.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a little, well, I mean, is Cabernet red or rosé? No, it's not.
I think Cabernet should be a I believe it's a red wine. It is to
Is it?
me.
I can't tell. I'm not a wine guy.
Yeah.
The only thing I've ever had that I enjoy every once in a while, I know I grew up in California, is like a California white Zin. That's it. I don't know. I've been to wineries, but I'm not a student of the wine. I'd be stuck in the wine aisle for a decade and not know everything. So
Yeah.
but that explain, but I think it does explain the brassiness that I'm getting in the color. Okay. Let's see what we get out of it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See, I broke into these without telling Bryce because I thought, having heard an interview with Rick, that this was being produced at Tequila Says Señor, which used to make Dos Lunas Asian sherry barrels. And when I popped it open, I wasn't looking at the gnome number. I just poured it in the snifter because I wasn't dissecting it. I just wanted to enjoy it. And it wasn't it. And I thought, wait a minute, this is not what I remember it being, right? But now that I have a chance, now I'm doing the dissection as I normally do. What a lovely nose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I'm getting more French. I'm not getting there's no wine notes that I'm getting, which is okay.
No.
Wow, I'm getting on the top, I'm getting like leather, like cocoa and tobacco at the very top layer. And then I get the barrel notes at the bottom.
Yeah, I almost get like a chocolatey orange zest. Yeah, but I get some of that tobacco.
Which reminds me, do you smoke cigars?
From time to time, yeah, a couple a year probably. So not a lot.
Yeah, I'm lucky if I get one a month. I
Yeah.
have a humidor. I love cigars. I just don't have the time. You got to carve out an hour and a half, to really enjoy one. And it's like I can give you maybe 45 minutes and then I gotta go. So very sweet notes on the bottom though. It's just very subtle. It's not overpowering. Are you getting any agave notes though?
No, I think it's covered by that kind of spiciness, and then because out of French oak, I'll get a certain spice, and then I'll also get a certain sweetness. So I think
Right.
that's coming in. But it's really pretty, yeah.
Yeah, it's very pretty. I think we should dive in. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, here we
Totally.
go.
Yeah.
Mm, 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 mm. Mm. Oh wow. Mm. I missed out so much by pouring it in my snifter and just drinking it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm just human, folks. I don't dissect everything. Sometimes I just want to drink. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I've had one of those days, and I'm sure Bryce has had one of those days a lot in his profession. Wow, what a beautiful mouthfeel. This is luxurious. Holy moly. It didn't, again, I don't have it up here, but I normally just use a snifter. When I drink, people ask me, what do you use when you drink anything? I just use a snifter, and a small snifter. But when you dissect, I use my tools, and these are my tools. And I missed so much of the character of this añejo by using a snifter. I would recommend pouring yours where people are watching it. Maybe if you poured it in the Glencairn, you might get a little bit something extra, or something you might miss. But it's the chocolatey, the baking spices, oh my God, it sings on your palate, man. Holy moly.
Yeah, it does. I definitely get the French oak influence. I don't feel like I get like a wine influence per se.
No, but the finish is dry. Sometimes wine, tequila's aged, like Juan de Leon, for instance.
Yeah.
All of it's aged in wine barrels, and you'll notice a dryness, in the finish.
Tannic quality,
a tannic quality, yes. And I have a feeling that the more we dive into this, the more of that's going to happen. The more, and that's what it's designed to do, folks. It's designed, if it's done properly, the more passes you have, the palate starts to get coated, and you start to, and then all the nuances kind of pop out too. You'll get that like Bryce said, the tannin quality, the dryness that you get from a really good glass of wine.
Yeah, it's really dense, really flavorful. Some of
Great
that
structure. Great
yeah,
structure.
that vegetal pepperness is still there, you know, that we had in the Blanco,
yeah.
really
In the
strong in the Blanco. Yeah, I kind of get that pepper coming back through. But yeah, spicy. I like the orange, like dark burnt orange.
Yeah, there's a like I say, at the very first, this is still my first pour. At the very first pour, I did get a little bit of tobacco, and that's got to come from the barrel, the char itself, you know, but you're right. I keep looking for that wine influence, and I think it's going to happen. The more passes we have, it'll happen at the rear of the palate. The one that I can compare it to that you'll get the immediate wine influences is Spiro. I know you've had that. I don't know if you've had the one, their Reposado that's aged in wine barrels and Pinot
I
Noir.
had their Repo, yeah, just
Oh,
the
you'll love it. You'll love it because it does have that definite wine influence.
okay.
It's more of a kind of a rose color. It's still
Mm.
more Blanco, you know, but it's got that wine influence. And you and I have had Juan de Leon,
Yeah.
which is all aged in wine barrels, and that's kind of what it's not so far over the edge like that brand is, you know. So, but I'm sure it's here. It's got to be here.
I'm sure it is. Yeah, I think it's kind of blending in with everything, maybe amplifying.
And the more it opens up, it just, see, now I'm getting some tannins at the bottom. I'm getting something unfamiliar that you and I are used to when it's just French oak. There's an extra layer of something that I can't pinpoint, and I'm gonna say it's the wine barrels.
Yeah. And the more I drink it, the more I get the dryness on the finish.
Yeah, there's a little bit of leather as well.
Mm-hmm.
This is a really complex.
Yeah, it's good Anejo, and I'll go over the price points, which I know we missed out on the other one.
Yeah,
so
please.
I'll go backwards, starting with the Anejo that we've got here. So I'm showing about average $82.99. You know, but you got to remember this is 13 months, over a year, and it's a double cask.
Yeah,
so the bourbon barrels and then the French oak. The Reposado, is that what, 56? I want to say.
Okay.
56, and then the Blanco, I think, was coming in at 49.
You know what, folks? It's worth every penny, considering the old school craft that's involved with the Blanco and then how it progresses. I wouldn't flinch twice. I mean, we're in an agave shortage, folks. Everybody's jacking up their price. This isn't bad. This is actually, for the amount of character I'm getting with this Anejo. You know, we've seen extra Anejos overpriced that don't have half this much character.
Exactly. Yeah. No, and also there's a shortage of the aged spirits right now, post-COVID.
Yeah, everybody wound up drinking Anejos for COVID because they wanted to just drown their sorrows and wake up with a headache the next morning, I guess. I don't know. But this is beautiful. This is really, for me, and again, I am a cigar smoker. I can carve out like one day a month, you know. I could see this with a nice Connecticut wrapper, a good Nicaraguan maybe. Nothing so for me. Nothing a little harsh. Maybe stay away from the Dominicans in my case. But I think it would blend quite well when you pair it that way. What would you pair this with? Because I don't know if I would do this with chocolate. You could, but
no,
but
yeah,
I think it's not as sweet as I thought it would be.
Yeah, no. I kind of like, the orange slices, or if I did a cocktail, I mean, I do like an old fashioned. Just
Yeah, exactly.
a bit simple, maybe a little bit of bitters, put it on a big cube, slice of orange, nothing crazy. But I just really like it neat. I just keep it neat. But yeah.
Yeah. Wow, you're going to have a field day when you break this down with your notes.
Mhm.
This is outstanding. Well, here we go. Brand of Promise nominee in that Anejo category by far. This is, but it's luxurious. And what I like is right now the pricing is not off base. This, for the quality you're getting here, you're going to pay, for extra Anejos and other Anejos on the market, you're going to pay another 10, 20 bucks more for the character you're getting in this one.
Easy. Yeah. I mean, in the color, it's so pretty, nice, dense, very flavorful.
And you know what, Bryce? It still tastes like tequila.
Yeah.
There's no mistaking that it's it's been double barreled, but whoever's doing their barrel management is a freaking genius, because you could double barrel, triple barrel something and really mess it up.
Right.
This is a winner, man. I'm impressed as hell. I missed so much of this by not pouring it in one of my tools, just pouring it in the snifter, which I should know better. But then again, after hearing Rick with his interview with the Techie ladies, and I thought all I heard was Dos Lunas, the extra añejo, and I thought, oh no, wait, and I thought that was the case, and it wasn't until I looked at the label and said, oh no, wait a minute. But then this distillery only has 4 brands coming out of it, and 3 you've never seen before, so it's less than a handful.
Yeah, I think this is the only one we get our hands on now.
I want to get him on open bar, because I want to figure out how they landed at that distillery, because it's always a great story of how they wound up with their producer. Because the story, you've heard this before too, Bryce, in your travels and your journey. We went to 10 distilleries, until we figured out the one that we wanted, and they kept sending us samples. And I went down there 15 times. I've been doing, or even Juan de Leon. He's been dreaming about this for like 15 years.
Oh.
That was a long time, man.
Oh.
And until he finally found something that he could stick his name on and stand behind. And I like that the family's involved. Yeah. I love that Rick's wife, his daughter, his son is a working actor. He's a great kid. I forget what he's got, an IMDb. You can look him up on IMDb for those of you who are movie star buffs and stuff like that. The kid's got the chops, okay? But he also does his own production. I saw him behind the scenes doing some Don Rico work. So you got a cinematographer in the family. What else do you need, right?
Oh, well, I'd also love to hear how they went with the double barreling of their first añejo. To me, that's pretty brave. Most people would just continue to age their reposado, keep sampling it, and then when they like it, you bottle it. But to essentially take your reposado and then just throw it right into French oak ex Cabernet barrels, that's brave.
Yeah, because you want to. Sometimes you just want to see a natural progression, and you get used to a lot of those. We get many of those at Sipping Off the Cuff, where you expect a natural progression from Blanco, Repo, and Añejo. Sometimes they go in different directions, and you kind of understand where the distiller, what was in his head, his MO or her MO. But yeah, you're right. This is a walk on the wild side for somebody. I don't know. Maybe Rick's got a lot of tequila background. He's not just a lawyer. He's a judge. No. I gotta get him on open bar. But Brand of Promise nominee, I think the pricing is not out of the question. It's not out of the ballpark. It's actually I think it's underpriced. What would you say?
Yeah, I think it's spot on. It's priced well. You're definitely getting what you pay for by far.
Oh yeah, and probably more so. I think it over delivers. But then again, that's why the packaging is the way it is. I mean, you could put this in a really fancy bottle and get an extra 20, 25 bucks for it.
Yeah, but they're trying to get out there, get their name known, so it's
Great job. And if you look at the foil here, it's a copper foil for the name. So each label has its own like personality, as far as the look. I think the Repo has like a gold foil on it, and
yeah, it can have like a silver, kind of gold and copper.
yeah, and then on the cap there, you'll see the
Mhm.
logo. Great job, the Olivo family. They go deep in tequila. But that's our take on Don Rico Anejo. If you folks have had it and you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to leave us a comment, give us a like. It helps with the algorithm, and share it, get it out there with all your other tequila aficionados. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow this man. Where can they find you, Bryce?
Austin Tequila Connoisseurs, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
There you go. And look for Bryce to do a little bit more in depth, with a little bit longer and flavor notes. Don't be surprised if we get some flavor notes for Tequila Aficionado magazine, and you can subscribe for that too. But anyway, that's our take. I'm Mike Morales of Southern California. That guy out there is
Bryce Taylor, Austin, Texas.
You've been watching and listening to Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media, all of our channels and networks. Whatever you do, folks, tomar sabiamente.
Sip wisely.
Thanks for tuning in. Please be sure to visit our website at tequilaaficionado.com to get your free subscription to our magazine, download past issues, check out our branded merchandise, or get yourself equipped with the best tequila glassware for your sipping style. As always, sip wisely.